everybody, and welcome to Leicester Cycle Speedway Club, the staging of this year's British Finals. And here to help me with the audio dubbing and voiceovering is Terry Astley.
I think so.
Terry, a former rider for Samwell and Albury, and a fantastic announcer in my opinion, has done many prestigious events, particularly at the Samwell Club. We'll hand you over to Nigel Leahy, who will now do the presentation for the riders.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Leicester, and welcome to the 1993 British Riders Final. We'd like you, please, to put your hands together as we then see the Cycle Speedway Council. Leicester, and indeed all over the country, and he is here representing the Dutch Cycle Speedway Administration. I can also see Harry Glover out on the centre, chairman of the Leicester Club, and they are going to meet all the riders in the field for this afternoon's British Riders Final. Well, of course, we're back at Leicester now after 5 years, I think it was, since the last final here up in the Midlands, and we've seen a few changes here to the Leicester track as they enjoy now national centre status for the Midlands, and a very fine job the Leicester Club has done in preparing the circuit and the surroundings for this afternoon's final. As the guests go up the line, they've seen now the first 8 riders. They move on to the officials. Mr. Jim Buxton, the pits marshal, and out there just shaking hands, of course, Mr. Dave Hunting, this afternoon's match referee, who'll take charge of this afternoon's meeting. Of course, 5 years ago, when we raced here at Leicester for the British Crown, it was Martin Gale that took that title. He's not here to defend it today, but there are 16 competitors all itching to get their hands on Cycle Speedway's most prized crown. The British Championship jersey, of course, is the one which everybody goes for. And out there on the centre green, which we'll be introducing to you in a moment, there are more than enough years of experience to pick up that jersey this afternoon. Some of them having worn the jersey on previous occasions, and indeed also a couple of World Master champions out there as well. As the guests complete the introductions, we'll just ask you to give them a round of applause as they leave the track, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. We hope that Mr. Cole in particular will enjoy his visit to Cycle Speedway this afternoon. I hope that he'll be impressed with what he sees. Certainly he's lined up to see one of the most important meetings in the calendar, the British Individual Riders Final. And with that in mind, we will now introduce to you the field of riders for that very event. Starting at the top end, on the 4th and 3rd bend, number 1 this afternoon, Hale Smiths, which give him a round of applause, Vic Brooks. I think Vic's going to go round for a lap. Indeed he is. Scorer of 34 points on the way to the final here this afternoon, wearing number 1, and no doubt looking to stamp his mark on this competition. On wearing number 2 this afternoon, another man from the southeast of England, will you welcome Jason Pratt. Jason scored 33 points in the semi-finals to get here this afternoon. He already knows the experience of racing in British senior finals, having competed last year. Wearing number 3 this afternoon, a man who knows all about British finals, former British junior champion Andrew Jackson. Andy, of course, scored a very fine 35 points to get into the final. It's his first senior final this afternoon, although he already has the British Junior Crown under his belt, and also the British Under-21 Championship under his belt. Wearing number 4 this afternoon, I'm sure you'll have a very big welcome for this man, former World Master Dave Hemsley. Dave Emsley, racing on his home track this afternoon, scored a faultless 40 points, a maximum score to get through to today's final, and so therefore that makes him a very prime candidate for the title jersey. As he goes back to the pits, turn your attention to rider number 5 in the lineup from Poole in Dorset, Ian Woodhouse. Another man that knows all about British finals, formerly I think competing as the youngest rider in a British senior final, a few years gone past since then, but no doubt still has all the canny ability to get to the top of the tree this afternoon. Rider number 6, another man knows all about British finals, great deal of experience, from Tim Snook from Ipswich. Former winner of the British Senior Championship and the British Junior Championship. Once again, he knows what it's like to put on that international shirt, that British champion shirt. And he'll be looking very much to do just that this afternoon as he goes back to the pits. Turn your attention to rider number 7 from Dudley, Ivan Darby. Ivan Darby scored 35 points to get to the round of this afternoon, to the final this afternoon. And this, I believe, competing in his first British senior final. Certainly not the first British senior final for this next man. Rider number 8 from North Park, Phil Pilbrow. Always a warm welcome for Phil as he takes to the circuit. A veteran of many finals and indeed the very first ever World Masters champion. He won that crown in Australia back in 1981, was it? Yes, I get it right, 1981. Rider number 9, racing from Thurrock, Lee Galley. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think this is Lee's first senior final. Indeed, he nods as he goes round. So Lee, a debutant this afternoon, scoring 34 points to get to this afternoon's event. As he goes back into the pits, rider number 10, another rider from the Leicester Club, here at his home this afternoon, Norman Vincent. Warm round of applause for Norman as he goes round, scorer of 35 points in his semi-finals, although he's not yet pulled off the champion's jersey, racing on his own home circuit, could provide just the necessary means to secure that crown. Well, rider number 11, another man with no stranger to the British Senior Championship final, Danny Zani from Ipswich. England international, former tourist down under in Australia, and scorer of 33 points here to get to this afternoon's final. Another man who I'm sure you'll have a very warm welcome racing on his home circuit this afternoon from Leicester, Mick Skinner. Lines up on the grid with 33 points from his semi-finals already under his belt. Nicknamed, I think, the Wizard of Balance. I'm sure all you regulars will know exactly why. And once again, home advantage for Mick. Well, we don't know. That could possibly see him in the frame this afternoon. Rider number 13, and finishing just one short of that classic 40 mark, from Wensfield, Craig Harcourt. Warm applause from Craig. For Craig as he completes his lap, and he scored 39 points to get here this afternoon, and certainly a rider I shall have my eyes on as he goes back to the pits. We welcome rider number 14 from Heckman White, Darren Kent. Another rider making his first British Senior Final appearance this afternoon, having performed well to score 33 points in the semis to secure his place here. Another rider who's not a stranger to the senior final, from Poole in Dorset, Julian Hardy. Already finished on the rostrum in the British senior final. He's looking to go better this afternoon, with eyes firmly on that shirt. As he goes back to the pits, we welcome on rider number 16 this afternoon from Thurrock, Neil Leicester. Neil also lining up in his first British senior final, scoring 33 points to get here this afternoon As he goes back into the pits, we welcome the first of our two reserves this afternoon from Wensfield, Mark Griffiths.
Add a bit of extra spice. We used to see in the old faces, and it shows there are still a few younger people in the sport prepared to make a go of it and compete against the
Dudley, we welcome
establishment.
our second reserve this afternoon, Mick Harris.
Sure, it's nice to see it.
There's another rider, our own Mick Harris from Dudley, who's had a very good season.
Yes.
He just missed out by a point, tying with Mark Griffiths. 1 point adrift from the qualifying.
Is your referee this
That's nice,
afternoon. Before we get
like
underway
himself,
with the action, we do
qualifies.
have one presentation
He just
which we'd like
qualified
to
by
make.
age for the
And that is
veterans
to
this year.
the
So
gentleman who
a good blend
did
in this
all
final of
his
age
competition, all his action just a few
and
weeks
youth
ago
and experience
at
and all that.
Tameside.
As they say, the old cliches, age and experience. You know.
What do you think of this
On that
rider then,
occasion,
Terry?
Andy finished with 19 points in the British
Andrew Jackson,
Under-21
absolutely
Championship.
tremendous. He's got
He's
a
now got the
tremendous
jersey to
future.
justify that
A
position
northerner with
as
plenty of
British
northern
Under-21
grit and
champion.
determination.
I'm sure he'll be pleased with that. That's a good start this
I think
afternoon.
he's picking up the under 21.
He goes back to the pits. Andrew Jackson.
Yes, it wasn't available on the actual day, but it's nice to see he's got his
British
award at the
individual
end of it.
championship final,
Under
starting
21
with
champion,
heat number 1.
I
Riders
think
for that
twice
very
in
race will
succession
be
has been the
three.
under
Andy
18
Jackson,
champion, moving up a step this year.
alongside
To the seniors,
Dave Hemsley on grid
it'll
number
be interesting
4.
to see how he performs.
That's right.
I'm sure that
There he is,
you'll
putting up his trousers.
individual riders.
Well, he's rolling out for his, at the gate antics with touching his helmet and pulling up his trousers somewhere under his armpits. I've noticed that. It's one of his little nervous habits he has.
He's got a tough one here. Look at this, Dave Hemsley, obviously the favourite.
Well, that's right. On his own track, favourite.
And look where he's got him on the grid.
Well, indeed. I mean, I think with Hemsley off 4 and Jackson off 3, we could see a very interesting first turn.
Indeed. Takes some rider to actually hold Dave Hemsley.
Tremendous power,
Yeah.
extreme power, mixed with a very good blend of skill. A great rider to watch.
Well, there we are, Terry. That's the lineup then for Heat 1. Vic Brooks, not seen a lot of him, although we have raced against him with St George on 1. Jason Pratt 2.
Yes.
A good gaiter. He certainly rode very well at Dudley and the team championships. Had some great gating against us.
Yes.
Andrew Jackson, again brilliant, and also Dave Hemsley.
Yes, first race nerves have got to be taken into account.
And look at that Jack Harris.
Straight away, he's right back with Hemsley's in some trouble here.
Yeah, that's right, he is.
And the power we know of Ben Jackson.
Yes, he's almost round now.
That's their
Look at that. Vic Brooks.
And Brooks.
The only thing he could do, really, yeah.
It was allowed Hemsley to come through, helped him in some way there, unwittingly. Jackson, I don't think will come back from this because we know the power of Hemsley. And Brooks, can he hold on?
Oh, yeah, he's right from his bounce. It was almost over the handlebars there.
Absolutely right over the front.
He did well to hold his place.
I think if Henry holds the second place, Hemsley holds the second place, he will be very pleased with 3 points from good 4 race
Yes,
1.
yes, he will, and with Andrew Jackson following in third. Yeah,
Jackson in third. Well, it's experience for him. We'll see what's to come in the next 4 races.
that's right. Well, nice to see Ivan Darby. He's a debutant, of course, today. He's had a very successful season, I might say, with Dudley.
Yes, Ivan.
Prolific scorer.
I've known Ivan a number of years. He started his career with Sandwell. I was the second team manager there when he first started his steps in Cycle Speedway, and I thought he had some potential.
Yeah.
Very dedicated lad. Speaks his mind, and he shows he's not afraid to mix it on the track.
We've got some gators here. Tim Snook, of course, no mean gator, and Ian Woodhouse, tremendous gator. He's come on in the last 2 years.
Woodhouse, a former British junior champion. Snook, twice British senior champion. It's another good race.
Yep. Oh, I can hear the hissing. Somebody's tyre going down there.
I think
I
I
think that confirms it, Terry.
Oh, indeed, yes. I think his tyre's probably come off the rim there.
Yeah, I should think so. I hope he's all right. He came down with quite a clout on his knee there.
Indeed, yes. He's no youngster. Sorry, Phil, I didn't mean that, sir.
Woodhouse is poking the wheel in there. He's almost finding a way underneath.
Looking and diving, trying to dummy
Isn't Tim a tall lad though? Does he 6 foot 4?
He's got to be well over 6 foot, yeah. And he would have just the opposite. He's short and stocky, but
yeah, that's a good win though, isn't it? There
for Tim. It's got him.
Well, Tim Snook
It's got him in the right frame of mind now. He thinks he can go on now to get a few more wins under his belt.
Yeah, that from good 3 as well.
Good 3, 4 points from 3 has got to be good. Same as Dave with his 3 from 4.
Very consistent scorer, isn't he, Tim, actually, and in British finals. Always does well.
Yes, he's got the temperament for a final.
Yeah.
Riders for heat
Well, here's another home favourite, Norman Benson. Not having the best of
Leicester.
seasons, really, but you know, he's made the final, and he certainly wants to come from the back.
He is, and I find he's a very intelligent rider. He susses out the opposition very, very well. He soon learns the best way to get past an opponent. He watches his line and thinks, right, this is what I'll do now. Watch him for a couple of laps, and then he'll make his move.
Let's see if he can hold the gate on Mick Skinner, because he's tremendously fast.
That's certainly sensational, Mickey. I love watching Mickey. You can never take your eye off him for one moment as a spectator or as a competitor. He's outside of me, and you just watch him now.
First lead Gaddy and...
oh, it's away.
He's come across.
Bits him on the shoulder there, Benson.
Yeah, that was a bit cheeky rear end, didn't he come across hard?
He did, and Norman's a very powerful man, as you can see. But
he's not going to let Mick Skinner get away too far.
It's mixed too well.
It'll be a good 4 points if he can get in front here from his grid too.
Yes, as I say, the first race is for all riders, lots of nerves, tension to get rid of.
Now Mick Skinner knows, you know, where Norman's going to do that dive. It's usually
right back in the middle,
that's right.
Being teammates at Leicester now, it's...
Yeah, so I have to interrupt here, Terry. We've actually lost coverage due to the pneumatic system, only 20-minute tapes, but Mick Skinner went on to win that race with Norman finishing second, Danny Zani finishing third.
Yes, with Lee Galley, who's almost forgotten about finishing fourth.
Yes, and very quickly then Heat 4 we go straight into it with Craig Harcourt, one of the pre-meeting favourites, on the inside. Darren Kent from Heckman White 2. Another favourite, Julian Hardy on 3. And young Neil Leicester on 4.
Yes, Neil Leicester making his debut. I saw last year, didn't exactly set the world on fire on his own track in the under-21 final, but I think he scored 7 points.
Or was it 9?
Or was it 9? Yes, it was 9 points. My memory just slipped there for a second. 9 points.
Oh, he's got a gap there. Surely he can get in.
Yes, he's got it there.
Oh, is it?
No.
Oh, Julian Hardy's come across very hard to trap him.
He's made the room there.
Yes, Darren Kent's seen it. And Neil Leicester, he's come under beautifully there. And Julian's out of that.
He knows he's been outmanoeuvred.
That's right. Good one for Craig on the inside. Julian will be one of his main hot competitors there.
Yes.
On paper.
With a sluggish start from Julian, but at the end of the day, he expected a few more points, I think, out of that one, perhaps.
Yeah, because he's another super quick starter.
He is, yes. And he had the advantage at one stage, but lost out.
From start to finish, from the grid 1 position, scores 4 points. In second place, Darren Kent, making the most out of that melee going on at the back between him, Julian Hardy and Neil Leicester. Neil Leicester was third and Julian Hardy in 4th place.
Oh, it's a quick breather for Craig. He's out again, of course, on his grid 1.
This afternoon, and we'll be moving into the next block of 4 rides in just a moment.
I'm wondering actually in the semi-finals whether, because he got 39 points, whether he actually met Dave Hemsley and dropped that point to him. That's not necessarily the case, but it could have been. I'm not sure who he dropped his point to.
Very pleased to say that Cycle Speedway will
Dave finishing on 40 points, the maximum, unbeaten.
Of the transmission date, but
there's so many qualifying rounds out there, I'm not sure whether they did meet in fact.
You'll be able to see this very event
No.
in about 3 weeks.
Still, let's have a look at the opposition then for heat number 5. And here comes Ian Woodhouse, of course. Not too happy about, well, he got the second place in his opening ride.
In about 3 weeks' time.
That there is the Cable 7, yes, thank you, Nigel. The Cable 7 camera there, in a much better position than I am, and I might add. Stuck on the second bend and having to do an awful lot of panning, shooting against the light. But nevertheless, forget about my moaning. Let's get on with the racing.
I think we drew the short straw there, but we can't grumble. It's a good picture.
That's right. So there we are. There's heat 5. What do you think about this one, Terry?
Well, Craig has got to make the most of this one, I think.
Yeah.
He's got to be sure now that he can assert his authority. I've seen him in previous finals. He's looked very uptight in the past, and Well, as I say, luck hasn't been with him very much, and he hasn't had much good luck off the referees either, I don't think. He's got to be a British champion one day.
Yes.
You talk to anybody in cycle speed when they agree with you that he is a real champion material. Temperament sometimes is a bit questionable. Has he got it today? Well, this race will once again help to go towards the total he obviously needs, 19, 20 points at the end. We'll have to see.
Yes.
There's Craig hard into the turn. He's making no mess about that. Grade 1, and he's going right for it. He's taken a wide to middle line.
And then
line.
He's fallen.
We've got trouble there. He's dropped his machine. Whether he'll pick up and finish, we'll have to see.
Well, Craig has got a comfortable lead here.
He's looking very comfortable.
Vic Brooks behind him.
Not making any headway, is he?
I mean, catching up with Craig Harcourt's one thing. Well, I've never done it, and I don't suppose many riders have. But passing him is another kettle of fish altogether, I think.
Absolutely. He rides to 100% of his capabilities and his power.
Good balance, lovely style.
Very neat, very compact.
Another win.
Another fine win for Craig. 2 on the top for him now. 8 points.
Yeah, it's good to get those 8 points, isn't it, under your belt?
He can relax a little bit now. He's got a bit of a rest before his next heat. He can.
Well, there's Tim again. Anyway, Terry in heat 6. He's already had a win, of course, from that grid 3. So he'll be looking. He's on grid 4 now. Couldn't he do well with some points here? Who's he got?
He's well.
Well, he's got. Look at this. Jason Pratt next door to him on 3. Norman Venson again on 2. And Darren Kent on 1. This will be an interesting race.
It will. I think Norman's going to be more of a spoiler today than perhaps as an out-and-out contender. He finished, I think it was at 3rd about a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was at Poole, wasn't it?
At Poole, that's right. And,
that's when Jeff Patman had a run-off, wasn't it, with Norman, I think, for 2nd and 3rd, when Martin Hepworth won it.
I think you're right. The records will prove that, right or wrong.
Yeah. Oh! Goodness me.
Tim Snow, did that crack?
I think he's just spindled there at the start.
At least he's spindled, that's on his machine, what else is knows.
Oh, he stood up, so he's okay.
Standing up okay, but
Darren Kent leading, but look who he's got behind him, Norman Benson.
Norman's just storming his opponent there, as he does.
Storming Norman, in fact, they call him, and there it comes.
Like I said earlier, he stalks his opponent, susses out his weak points, watches his line, and then makes his move, and he goes.
You can't move Norman Benson.
He slipped, he's lost his pedals, he came out.
That was a shame.
Tim's taking good advantage of this.
Tim's had a bit of luck, hasn't he, so far this afternoon? Goodness me.
Can he hold?
Fair play, that's another win for Tim Snow. From grid 4 and 3 now. He's got 2. No, he's got to be a contender, hasn't he? Straight away. 8 points from 2 rides, grids 4 and 3 under his belt.
He and Craig are looking quite comfortable at the moment.
Yeah.
Jason
Roger, of course.
Still with 1
friend
point
Roger Nicholson takes all the good photographs.
I never knew he had specs.
5 points
No.
for Darren Kent.
I think it's only recent he's been wearing those, actually. This looks a good race. Here's Andrew Jackson again.
Andrew.
Good little favourite. Oh look, there's some riders in this race. Heat 7 and Danny Zanni on 1. Julian Hardy on 2. Think he'll be looking to gate Danny Zanni there?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. Danny's he's a strong physical character who'll hold his line quite well, I think, on that first turn.
Yeah, Ivan, he's certainly getting out the gate this year. And Andrew Jackson. Well, I wouldn't like to put my money on this one.
No, it's put them all in the bag and see what happens.
Ivan was almost toppling over there at the start.
He was very lucky to have got after that one, I think.
Yeah. Julian's out in front.
I don't know why Julian's out in front, yes. Comfortable.
He's shoved. I think Ivan's going to be excluded there. Oh, yes, the referee's pointed the finger.
Ivan's out.
Ivan's out. A bit of a shame. He does come across hard, though, Ivan.
He's not strong and you look. He's not a particularly muscular looking guy from the outside with the slim, but he's got a lot of solid body there.
Julian's got his handful here, isn't he? Trying to keep.
He's looking
Andrew
inside,
Jackson
he's looking outside. There's Jackson.
What about that for a pass?
That's tough.
Oh, he'd be pleased with that.
Oh, you can see it. He throws his hands out. And yes, I've done it. That was a fine ride then.
Indeed it was.
From Andrew Jackson.
Wow, look at that dark horse, I think.
He's looking good already, isn't he? He's looking good already.
Some sensational racing, none less than in heat number 7 with that ride from Andy
Yeah, he
Jackson.
gets congratulations from Craig there. Quite rightly so.
Yes.
Well, here's our old veteran friend, Phil Pilbara.
Phil, yes. It's great to see this. Look at, he's still enjoying his racing. He's still enjoying his races. It's lovely to see him.
You know, I haven't often raced against Phil.
Really?
Yeah, all the years that we've both been in the sport together, and of course,
yes, it's surprising that.
it's one of the few times, a rare time, is actually indoor racing. But he's got quite a race on his hands here. Home favourite Dave Hemsley and Mick Skinner, both going well. You'd expect them to on their own circuit, of course, but.
Of course, you saw Neil Leicester making his debut, as we said earlier.
Yes, and there he is lining up on one.
Grid, yes.
Yeah. He's quite a fast little starter, isn't he, Neil
He's
Leicester?
compact little rider. He's got a very interesting style.
Yeah. I've not seen him before, actually.
I've only seen him that once in the under-21s at Thurrock last year.
Yeah.
Didn't over-impress, I've got to be honest.
Come on, leaps and bounds since then.
He must have done to get this far. He's got to have done. I mean, you're not a fool when you get through to the British final. You've got to be 32, 33, 34 points. And
Phil Pilbara as well, of course. Oh,
it's great to see it. It's really, it does my heart good to see it. Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen him battling in those qualifying rounds to get through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, it's certainly hard. It's harder work perhaps to get through to the final. You can enjoy the final really.
Yes.
Just to get there is a good achievement.
He's got quite a following, I think, this afternoon too.
East Anglia usually follow their cycle Speedway.
They do, yes. Well, that's a marvellous start.
That is a powerful start from Hemsley.
That is indeed.
Oh, this is a superb start from Hemsley there.
Skinner's touching the back. What's happening here? Oh
dear.
The whistle's blown too. That's a stoppage.
Whistle's gone.
What do you think? Well, was it a leg by Neil Leicester?
I think there was. I think there was a leg there, and if you've got the video now, I think I'd put that into slow motion and have a look at that. You probably will see there was a leg there.
Neil went wide to cover Mick Skinner's outside drive, and of course didn't expect Phil Pilbara up the inside, did he?
No, he didn't.
But he was certainly there. And
Phil knows the lines to take, and with his vast experience, he showed that.
Yes, and there's only 3 riders at the line, Terry, so poor Neil's been excluded there.
It looks like it, as we suspected, there must have been a leg.
There'll be a bit of a dent to his confidence, I should imagine.
It won't do him any good, but if he takes it philosophically and says, well, this is my first final, I'm here, there's another 48 that haven't made it.
Right.
I'm one of these, say, favoured 16.
Indeed. Well, Phil, he's going to have an almighty gate, isn't he? Let's face it.
He's got to give it all, isn't he?
I mean, 2 of the quickest gators in the country, and perhaps the fastest, I would think.
He's got no trouble off the inside of this one now. He's got a good line for the first turn. If he can just get that first pedal in.
Yeah. Oh, what a marvellous start!
Well, if you get that first pedal in, but when the tapes go up, not beforehand.
Oh, I think he's been caught rolling there.
That's completely.
Well, let's face it, Terry. I mean, you've got to have an exceptional gate against Dave Hemsley. He was obviously keen to get away, and
he wanted to get any advantage he could, and he tried that fly. It wasn't far short.
No, he wasn't. I must admit.
With a half a second, he may well have made it.
He might have done it when he was younger, actually. Could have got away with that.
Well, yeah.
So 2 Leicester boys.
A Leicester match race for a 5-0. No.
I wonder what Mick is actually thinking here. I mean, he's got an almighty battle on his hands to try and overcome Dave Hemsley on his inside.
Yeah, if Mick had got the inner of him, then I would say he had a better chance. But with Dave calling the tune from the inner of the 2 grids, then he's got to be my favourite. He's got extra bit of power.
That's right. He's one of these riders that likes to pull away and leave a rider dead and buried.
He doesn't hold back. He's a bit like Craig. He's got so much power. He loves to use it. He's so fit.
Well, all very quiet and tense there. Mick Skinner doing his little jiggle on the start.
Yes. Trying to put Dave off, perhaps.
Oh, it hasn't. But nevertheless, he was tied with him. I thought, if he'd have been on the inside, he
might have
could have given him a bit of trouble. But it's Dave Hemsley all the way in my book here.
Oh yes, it's over by the shouting Mick save your energy a little bit for the later rides. You never know, you could still get on that rostrum.
Yeah, that good ride against Norman in this first one for 4 points. And another 3 here.
Oh yes, that's
give him 7.
He'll be happy. Yeah. He knows you can win it with as low as 16 points in some cases. Okay, a little bit with a run-off perhaps, but you drop a couple of points, it's not the end of the world. That's what experience tells you.
That's right. So we're coming to the end of Heat 8. Everybody's had 2 rides apiece. So we'll be able to have a look at the scoreboard in a second, just to see who the leading riders are. Obviously Dave Hemsley will be up there, and so will Mick Skinner. And of course Craig Harcourt and Tim Snook.
Tim Snook, yes.
Yeah, those are the riders I can think of that have scored the top points so far. Yes, indeed, that's the confirmation. Yes, 8 points, Tim Snook of Ipswich, Craig Harcourt from Wensfield, and on 7, Vic Brooks as well.
Vic Brooks, we forgot that man, didn't we?
Did, yes.
He's probably happy about that.
Yeah.
Sneak on at the end.
I should think he is. And here's that man, Tim Snook. Here's one of the leading riders. Tim Snook on 2. Neil Leicester, who had that exclusion in the last race. This is obviously his second
on the
inside
trots,
grid.
So he'll be quite refreshed considering it should have been his second on the trot. So he'll be.
That's right. Yeah, he's got those 2 Ipswich riders, both been riding for a number of years. Very experienced pair.
Indeed.
Tim Snook and Danny Zanley.
Oh. And, let's see what Neil can do now. Can he hold his insides?
Yes, it'll be interesting. It's one of the fancied riders. It's got to be. Oh, no. Was that a bit of movement?
That's a bit of noise.
Oh.
2 fingers got there.
What's that mean? I didn't see Grid 2 move, did you?
No, I didn't. And I don't quite know what Dave
what was he
meant by that there. Perhaps it's a signal between he and Nigel. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's cool. It could well be. Still all 4 are there, and nobody's gone away, so I think really Danny Zanley can think of himself lucky. It looks to me like he moved on 3.
Yes.
Oh, it's a marvellous gate by young Neil Leicester. He's given a big E to Danny Zanley there, isn't it?
He's made room for himself there, given himself a little bit of time to find his line.
That's right. Tim Snook will be happy with the 2nd place here.
He will be. He's just steady.
It's another 3 points.
What's that style of Neil Leicester?
Oh, look at this. That's a marvellous pass by Brooks.
A wonderful turn with Brooksy coming under.
If there's one place that you can pass, that's it at Leicester, on that top end, on the 3rd bin.
He caught him napping completely there. Tim was really almost going to sleep watching Leicester, I think.
Yeah. Well, Tim's got to come back ready from this. He's got to watch his own teammates. Danny Zanley, he's not going to let him go to sleep. But that's
Leicester's held on just.
Yes, Leicester wins it ahead of
Brooks.
Well, Vic Brooks has got a few points now, hasn't he?
Yes, he's still up there.
That's 7 and another 3, 10 then.
10 points now.
Yeah,
and that off his grid 4 as well. He's got to be very pleased with that. But
that's right. He'll be amongst the leading contenders.
Conversely, I think Tim Snook will be a bit disappointed dropping.
He will. Yeah, that was a silly, a wide line he took into that 3rd turn.
Yes,
and
definitely.
that allowed Vic Brooks in. Everybody's studying their programmes furiously in the pits there. What's that thing he's got round his head?
Oh, it's the high-tech equipment they've got now at Cycle Speedway. It's the 2-way radios between the pits and the announcing box.
Goodness me.
Oh, it's all gone since the early days when I first started.
Well, let's have a look at this anyway. Heat 10, Mick Skinner on 1 now. He's got a few points. Of course, Ian Woodhouse, he's been a bit disappointing. Expected him to see in the frame this year. Jason Pratt and Julian Hardy. So there's 2 pool riders.
Yes, Woodhouse has got plenty of power. He could certainly have a lot to say in this one, but it's the jiggery poker that might be going on between Woodhouse and Skinner. The power of
they're both
Woodhouse,
very good gators, of course.
Good gators, and the skill of Skinner.
I have to say, all 4 are very good gators here.
Well, only one can ever make it to the turn normally first. If they're going to get round, is it the first attempt?
That's right. Mick Skinner, he'll have his hands full to hold Ian Woodhouse, I think, here.
He will. Will we see him on the centre green? I don't know.
Woodhouse tends to come over hard. and used that elbow, which he tried to.
He did, yeah. Pratt was squeezed out there, but he thought, well, there's something going to happen here. I'll just hold back and see what happens. And he made good use of that. He went into second place. He's in trouble now.
And then Woodhouse has popped up to come through for second place again.
Looking like a good second place here for Woodhouse, if it can hold on to this.
Yeah. Well, actually, Woodhouse has scored a few points. How many does this put him on? Where are we? This will put him on 7. He's still a few points away from the leading cluster of riders. And here's one of them really in front of him, Mick Skinner. He's got to get by him really to, if he wants a place on the rostrum.
Tried the challenge there, didn't quite come up.
Yeah, young Mick made sure he knew where he was on the outside going into that run up to the finish line. So another win for Mick Skinner. 11 points, I think, for him. Yes, that ties him with... well, in fact, that puts him in the leading scorer so far.
Yes, it does, for the 10 races.
Yeah. Yes, there's Tim Stock having a word. He'll be a bit disappointed, as you said, Terry. Shot of the crowd nearby. I think, yes, here we've got Colin Wheeler's wife filling in the programme. Of course, young Gavin's riding now, of course.
He's riding for Southampton, is it?
Yes. I understand he won a major individual.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the other day.
Oh.
I think it might have been under 15. No. Or was he younger than that? Under 12. I think it was under 12, yeah. Let's have a look at the lineup then, Terry, for Heat 11. On 1, Lee Galley. He's got a bit to prove himself yet.
Always got a smile on his face, as Lee seems to enjoy his racing.
Yeah. Well equipped. Good machinery.
Yes.
Nice tidy rider. Got Andrew Jackson next to him. Oh, he's got... This will be interesting.
He's my tip for a future World Master and British champion.
Yeah, he's a keen rider, dedicated. Phil Pilbara, of course, next to him on 3.
Yes.
Be nice to see Phil do well, wouldn't it?
That's the Tumblr. He had a puncture last outing, I think.
And then he got excluded for that roll. Do you remember that? Against Dave Hemsley?
Tried the flyer, didn't come off. Yes, he's had no luck whatsoever this afternoon.
And my old friend Darren Kent on the outside from Hickman White.
That was a sluggish start, Darren.
I thought Andrew Jackson was round.
He's got the head down.
Look at the power.
Perfect line. The angle was superb there.
How doesn't he fall off? It's incredible, the balance.
Super. His head goes down. He crouches over down the bars.
Yeah, and he seems to get all the traction to get himself around that bend without falling off. Perfect balance.
Wonderful balance, and reduces wind resistance with that head down, whether he realises he's doing that, I don't know. It's just natural style.
Oh, look at that, there's young Phil Pilbara. He's come crashing through again on that top end. Yeah, I'd be pleased with that second place, and he's going to get it.
He deserves it. That no look so far.
Another marvellous win for Andrew Jackson there. That puts him on, what's that, 11 points? No, 10 points. No, 10 points. I beg your pardon, 10 points for Andrew Jackson. So he's up with the leading cluster. Who have we got in this race then? This is Heat. We've got Ivan Darby waiting to come out in the pits there, and Dave Hemsley. There they are, yes, Heat number 12 then. Ivan on 1. Dave Hemsley from Leicester on 2. Norman Benson, another Leicester rider, doing well on 3. Oh, and Craig Harcourt on 4. What about this for a race?
A cracker. I don't know. you tell me what you think of this one.
All eyes at the gate. Eyes down for your first number, really, isn't it?
It's...
And Dave Hemsley not quite there. Ivan Darby almost at the end. And look at Dave Hemsley come hard across. Oh, and down. Ivan's down, but Dave's in front. What about that for some smash?
That was some smash. That was there.
I might add that was Norman giving him the big shove.
Norman there, stocky, powerful lad as he is, took a perfect line in, but he met Craig as they
and that
on
bike
the bend, and that bike flew there over the fence.
Yeah.
And
just missed my camera.
That's right, it's gone right over the fence and caught a number of the spectators here.
Yes.
And it's wonderful to see, look at that now, see Craig get up off the deck.
Yeah, and it's come over, it was Gavin Wheeler actually got hit in the back.
It was young Gavin, yes. And come over and see how the crowd is, see if you're alright with your camera. And I think that was a tremendous bit of sportsmanship there from Craig.
Yeah, especially really nice with such an important race. And this is the rerun of it now then. All 4 riders back in.
That's a bit surprising, but...
Yeah. And this time Dave Hemsley's got a clean start.
Clear advantage now.
Yeah.
Craig is chasing Hemsley.
Yeah.
They're spreading out now, they're evenly...
Yes.
With Hemsley and Harcourt, the pace they've got...
Yes.
I wouldn't like to say who's the faster of the two, because they've both got a lot of pace.
Yeah. We'll have to keep an eye out on Norman, because I think I've got my programme wrong here, Terry, actually. I've put Norman as last, but I think he actually passes Ivan here. Am I wrong or am I right? Let's see. At the inside he goes. Yes.
Yes, he does. He comes up the inside of him, and Leicester's away. Ivan knows he's got no chance of coming back from that. And
no, Norman finishes in third place. Yes, another good pass by Norman. He certainly knows his way around.
Yes, Norman does in fact finish in third.
But there are the two. Dave Hemsley, a good win for him. He needed to beat Craig. Craig's second. That means he's caught up now.
Yes, it means that
in the points
Hemsley has gained a moral victory over Harcourt.
Yes, that puts him on 11. Craig on 11.
That's right. Could have a race-off situation.
And Mick Skinner on 11. In fact, there's the confirmation again. Dave Hemsley, Mick Skinner, Craig Harcourt 11. Vic Brooks there on 10 with Tim Snook, his team partner, and Andrew Jackson of Thameside. So that's the pick of the bunch, really, at the moment.
Two Leicester riders at the top, two Ipswich riders next in line,
and a Wensfield rider and a Thameside rider thrown in for good measure. And there's Gavin. It looks like he's all right. That's Gavin Wheeler.
Oh, yes,
hit
he
by
looks
the
okay.
bike. Yeah.
Yes, he's studying his programme.
He's telling me who the riders are for the next race.
Of course he is.
Oh, Ivan must have two ins on the trot. And Jason. Who's that? Jason Brooks. Who's that then, Gavin? Vic Brooks. Vic Brooks. So Ivan Darby is second ride on the trot, the second Grid 1. And Darren Kent next to him. Vic Brooks on 3 and Mick Skinner on 4. Well, Mick Skinner will be looking to come right round. He's only dropped that 1 point.
He's got a really senses the chance of a medal.
Yeah, and he must win this one, mustn't he, really?
To maintain his momentum now, he's got to win this one.
We are now approaching the latter stages of the
The tension starts to build now. He really feels he's with a chance.
Yeah, adrenaline's going.
Yeah.
You ever ridden in the final at all?
No, I've never been that. Only the club final. That's the only final I've ever ridden in. The old Albury and Samuel Club Championship. That's the only final I've ever graced. Graced of being very presumptuous there.
Well, I've only entered the British Championships once, and so it must be some feat for these riders to actually get through to the final.
Yeah, I would love to have been a top rider.
There goes Ivan Darby again. He comes over very, very high.
Oh dear, 3 riders go down, I think, there.
Oh, Ivan will be kicking himself because he was way out in front there.
He wasn't having much luck on it, was he? He sensed his first British final race win.
Oh, we've got an exclusion here, Terry.
Indeed.
Yeah, Vic Brooks has been excluded. Yeah.
It's been the cause of the stoppage in the eyes of the referee.
1 extra minute for one of the competitors involved in that tumble. Mick Skinner runs back to the pits to make some necessary adjustments to his machine before he comes back.
He's not going to rush back. He's going to get every second he can get to.
1 minute granted by the
referee. Ivan will need all that because it'll be his third start in succession.
That's right.
Fourth actually, because there was 2 reruns, wasn't there, in his first one.
If you want to know more detail about the Leicester Cycle Speedway Club, then why not currently existing within the Leicester Club for riders of all ages. So worth making a note if you're not already racing Cycle Speedway, you'd like to have a go, and all the tuition necessary to make you into one of the stars that may even line up here on a latter day in the future. So why not keep that in mind and contact any member of the Leicester Club here today. In the meantime, I think we're ready for the restart of heat number 13. 3 riders only as they come up to the line once again. Best of order, ladies and gentlemen, for these 3 in the restart of heat 13.
Yes, well, Mick Skinner's certainly got a clearer run around now, hasn't he, with that grid 3 there?
Yes, he's going to...
Certainly 2 points in the bag. It's got to
he's guaranteed those 2 points now.
As long as he doesn't get excluded.
As long as he doesn't be silly. Yes, he's guaranteed 2 points there, so... Let's see, he can come right over now.
Yeah.
Give him a chance, but no, Ivan's going to say, no, I'm not. I'm going to have this one.
That's right, Ivan's determined there.
Tight line, he might be in trouble coming out if Skinner reads it well, but I think Kent he got in the way a bit there, stopped Skinner's run through, and Ivan took a good advantage of that.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. Skinner's got to find some points.
He's got to get some now. He's got to get desperate.
If he wants to get on the rostrum, this is where he's got to make his move.
He has, and this is where Mick sometimes comes unstuck. He gets a little bit anxious, a little bit impetuous at times.
Mind you, there's only 1 lap left, Terry, so he's got to do something.
The move's got to come soon. He's going to make one. As I say, you never know. He's going in there. He's going inside.
What a brilliant...
Himself down, goes into a lock.
What a pass, and then
He tried to slow himself down so he can get round the turn.
Yeah.
Going too fast. A very difficult line he was taking.
Yeah.
Goes into a lock.
What an effort.
A tremendous effort. Oh, it's great for the spectators. It really is.
It'll be interesting to see.
It'll be interesting to see what the referee makes of that.
Yeah.
Heat number 13 again sees some drama. Just consult with the referee to make sure of his official decision on that race. So what's coming? In fact, the winner, no argument about that, as Ivan Darby took up the checkered flag, but the decision remains on the remaining 2 riders, and it's adjudged that Mick Skinner, although clearly perhaps not deliberate, it was obvious that he did in fact bring down his opponent, Darren Kent. He is excluded. Darren Kent is in 2nd place. Unfortunately,
Well,
Mick
that was a shame
scored
for
no
Mick.
points from heat 13.
It was.
I mean,
Entertain the crowd. It's a lovely bank holiday Monday afternoon.
He went for the extra point and gambled, and it hasn't paid off.
Well, we said at the start he got 2 points in the bag just by finishing, but he was going for that extra point. And
well, here's another of the contenders, Craig Harcourt, grid 3. He's got Danny Zani on his inside and Phil Pilbrow. And Jason Pratt on the outside. Craig's got to be looking for a win here if he wants to be champion.
If you aspire to championships, you've got to go for wins, and in these sort of races, unpredictable riders around you, you just don't know what they're going to do, but get away and go if you can.
No. I can't see these 2 riders really on the inside stopping Craig at the start. It'd be interesting to see. Danny Zani might be able to.
Yes, Danny's capable of pulling out special. In fact,
Oh, is it?
I thought he got the Craig up there. Just hold that leg to his balance. He does a sort of blocking job there. And
He came over hard, didn't he?
very hard.
You've got to have that speed on that top bend.
Get him.
Yeah. Whether it be inside or out.
Yes, he comes to us awful halt if you don't.
Well, this will be a good win for Craig.
Yes, he's got to get there amongst the leaders. He dropped a point.
Yeah, he's dropped his point to Dave Hemsley. He knows that he doesn't want to take any more chances if he's going to be crowned this year's champion. He'll be a worthy winner. Looking around the line, and that was a good pass.
Tight finish there.
Yes.
And
Phil Pilbrow taken at his own special bend, really, by Vic Brook. No, who was it? Jason Pratt.
Jason Pratt, yes. It'll be interesting to see, but a very close finish that.
In 2nd place, Danny Zani takes the opportunity given to him by 2 riders as they drift wide, just enough for him to nip in and claim that 2nd place and keep it for his own. That takes his total to 8 points, confirming that Jason Pratt was 3rd, and in 4th place Phil Pilbrow. Well, 3rd place from Jason gives him 4 points, 5 points overall,
I'm just looking at
1 point for Phil Pilbrow moves him up to 4.
Well, the riders now for heat number 15. Andrew Jackson out again on 1. Neil Leicester on 2. And Woodhouse 3 from Paul. And Norman Benson on 4. I expected Pete Young as well to be here at the final this year. You know, I thought he might qualify. He's been riding well.
We are operating this afternoon completely free
the
of
Exeter
charge.
rider.
There's plenty of room on the fence, so don't
Yes,
be afraid to step
Steve
aside.
Paver. Yeah, I thought he might make a final this year. He's been riding well as well. So those are 2 surprise packets, I think, that haven't made it to the final. But then again, there's a few surprises. For example, Neil Leicester here on 2. Not knowing him, of course, I didn't expect to see him in the final, but he's made it. Fair play, and good luck to him. And he certainly rode pretty well so far.
Yes, I say you have to ride well to get to this final. And while you've got some of the names you mentioned that perhaps you expect to be here aren't here, then you've got riders here that you've never heard of have actually made it, and good luck to them.
Jackson's not going to make any mistake of this one, is he?
It's looking like perhaps he's away now. It'll take an awful bad look in his part, or a stupid mistake for him to drop this one.
That's right.
I can't see Leicester getting past him.
Well, Leicester's got a fair turn of speed about with him. He's keeping up with Jacko.
He's right up with him, but he's got to. He's got Woodhouse also on his tail.
Yeah, and Norman Benson, of course, the track expert at Bathing.
Norman's always capable.
Yeah.
He's not in his very best this year, Norman, but
he's made a few passes today. And there he goes again.
There's not always a referee on those passes, but
Woodhouse wasn't going to let him get the better of him that day.
Not this time.
Yeah. Another win for Andrew Jackson. That'll put Andrew on to 14 points, certainly up with the leading cluster of riders as we move into heat 16. Give us a clearer indication after this heat when everybody's had 4 rides, and it's Julian Hardy from Paul on 1, Dave Hemsley on 2. Now if anybody's going to beat Dave Hemsley, it's got to be Julian Hardy. Gator,
The gator off the inside grid, he's got to have a chance.
Yeah, that's right.
Snook.
Tim Snook, he's got the points as well.
Mentioned, yes.
He'll be looking for any errors.
He needs it now.
Yeah.
He'll
be wanting Julian Hardy and Dave Hemsley to have a tussle, make a gap.
He dropped a couple of points, didn't he, Tim, last time out? And, he wants to make up on that, especially as off grid 2 last time. He only got a third place. And
he obviously hasn't had the best of draws because this is his second grid 3.
Yes.
Julian's away.
Nice comfortable life.
And look at that. Who's that on the outside?
That's incredible. That was
Lee Galley. What a great that was.
He took everybody by surprise there.
And he's still there now.
I just have to think, who that could possibly gate like that?
Yes.
Hemsley's in some trouble here.
That's right.
Place.
He is indeed.
And Hardy's riding the race of his life. He's got a man on the outside. He's got Hemsley looking under the knuckle.
Oh, I know.
Oh, but Hemsley's got a good line there. He's got rid of Galley.
Yeah, even though he's
now got to chase Hardy. Now, has Hardy got the legs to hold on?
He has. This is the last lap. He found a line there, but Hardy trapped him tight. And
he just took that sting off him.
And he's taken that valuable point away. And that surely leaves now Craig and the likes of Andrew Jackson with a chance.
Andrew must be watching the great enthusiasm of that race to see that.
There we have it now. That in fact has meant that Craig Harcourt has gone into the top position, 15 points, and Dave Hemsley dropping that point ties in with Andrew Jackson on 14, and then we've got to go some way back. 3 points.
3 points, a big drop at the
Tim Snook and Mick Skinner. What a shame. Tim Snook should have been on. After 3 races, who would have put him on 11? After 4 races, I mean, on 3. He was on 10. He was on 10 after 3.
He's feeling very disappointed there, and I did detect that he was feeling a bit down. He made some comment about he was thinking of taking up mountain bike riding at the top of Cycle Speedway.
Really?
Yes, I did hear that comment from him as he went into the pits.
That's what you were talking about, was it, on the fence? Okay, 17, Julian Hardy again, his second grid run on the trot. Norman Benson next door to him on 2. Phil Pilbrow out there on taking up grid 3 position. And Vic Brooks, of course, he made that tremendous start earlier. He couldn't, he's on 4 again. Yeah, he didn't have a very good draw, did he?
No, he started on no look.
2 grid 4s and
started last night, I think, with a bad draw.
Yeah. So we're going to maintain another big... Was it Vic? No, it wasn't Vic Brooks anyway, was it, that had that marvellous start? It was Lee Galley.
Lee Galley, right? That's the one you were thinking about, yes.
Yeah, I'm getting old. Still... Oh, Julian's away here. He shouldn't have too much trouble. Although... Well, Pilbrow's going to pick up another couple of points.
Yes, he's going to be satisfied with a couple of points now. He knows he's got no chance after the look he's had earlier. And Hardy, well, I don't think he'd have wished for a more comfortable
finish.
Second ride on the trot.
Yeah,
Norman
hasn't,
well. So far, Norman hasn't given him too much trouble.
No, I can't see him making an attempt here.
No.
We are up to the flag and
right to the finish. A close finish, but nothing special that...
You'd expect Julian to have slowed down because of his second race on the trot.
He just kept a good line and kept a single pace, which was good enough to get 4 points.
To the rider on grid number 2, he hails from Thurrock, that's Lee Galley.
Yes,
on
here
grid
we are,
number
heat
3,
18 now.
also from Thurrock, will be Neil Leicester, and on grid number 4, from Dudley, is Ivan Darby.
Well, none of these riders are in the frame, but it'll just be their pride at stake here in this one. I wouldn't say that anybody's had a real terrible meeting. Phil Pilbrow has been a bit unlucky, an exclusion and puncture.
Yes.
But all the riders have certainly given their all. There's been no really great disappointment, which you do find in finals normally. You know, well, people do let you down, but...
You haven't got a lot of British final experience here. With Lee Galley, we know, has only had one previous experience of a British final with Neil Leicester and Ivan Darby making their debut, so we're going to have some very inexperienced riders in race 18.
Indeed. That's me.
Oh.
Jason Pratt being gated round. He was gating Derek Dudley earlier on in the year in the team championship. It was incredible.
Yes, I wasn't there, but
to see him gated round there by, that looks like Lee Gallion too, isn't it? Yeah.
Making room for himself, didn't he?
Made amends there.
And he's away.
Ivan's at the back now. He's obviously gated round there by. Oh no, he's on the outside anyway.
Leicester's in third.
Yeah, Neil Leicester in third. He's gone wide, and Ivan. I think Ivan Darby has actually dived.
Got out of tape.
Yes, he did pass him. Look.
He did, yes.
So Ivan's come through there. And he takes a little bit of wideness going into that third turn, and you get riders up the inside, certainly of this calibre.
That's right.
So, first win of the afternoon for Jason.
First for Jason Pratt, yes.
Yeah. And the last.
Awaiting the results of this.
Well, this is at Heat 19. This is the race that Craig can do it, win it, and he's British champion.
Yes, well, I wouldn't like to be in his shoes.
No, he's got to go for the gate, hasn't he? Really.
He's off grid 2, he's got Snook off 1. He's got Wiley Skinner off 3, and
look at
Jackson.
Oh, well, this is no mean race, yeah. Well, I must admit, Mick Skinner will be doing everything he can to help his team partner, Dave Hemsley.
He's got to. Well, yes, I think you've got to be honest. I mean, if you've got a partner of yours and you've got no actual realistic chance of being a champion yourself, and you've got to try, I suppose, you feel inside you a moral responsibility to your partner. To help him out as best you can.
What do you think's going through Craig's mind? Because he's got to make up his mind now whether he's going to gate Tim Snook.
Exactly it. If his mind's made up, he's going to do it. But knowing Craig, he does have little doubts at times.
Let's see. Oh, he's got a marvellous
He's made his mind up. He has gone. He didn't look
that little smile as he came out of turn 2.
I was a smile but
it's not over yet. Jacko's there. Well, Jacko's been passed. Well, that's fascinating.
A big surprise, that.
Yes, it is, because Tim Snook still in with the points, of course, but Andrew Jackson's got more. And Jacko's going to be back under here, surely. Indeed he is. That Tim took a very wide line. And Mick Skinner's poking a wheel in.
I just wonder whether he was knocked down there, but the referee saw it clearly, and I don't see a finger coming out to.
That's it, and there it is.
There it is.
That's Craig.
So pleased for Craig. You can see his hands are up in the air. He's quickly congratulated by Andrew Jackson. Nice sporting gesture. He's going now to the corner of the third turn. His girlfriend Mandy there's waiting. They get married in 2 weeks' time.
That's right.
What a wonderful wedding present it is.
Yes, and why aren't I videoing their wedding? That's what I want to know.
You should have told them, Ron. You should have told them that you do these things. Oh, absolutely, totally overcoming him.
Look at that, there's Martin.
He's absolutely ecstatic as he's every right to be, and I'm so pleased with Craig. He's a tremendous character, a lovely lad, and great for him, Mandy, for his mum, Cynthia, and for his dad, John. It's a wonderful occasion. They've seen him fail to come up to expectations in the past, but surely in 1993 will be in the memory of Craig Harcourt, and perhaps the most momentous of his life, a truly deserved champion. Congratulations.
Just to confirm the results of Heat 18, or rather Heat 19, as the riders are getting ready for Heat 20, the result was that Craig Harcourt was the winner. Second was Andrew Jackson. Third was Mick Skinner. And in fourth place was Tim Snook. I certainly didn't note that in the programme. I know a lot of you didn't. That was the result. In the meantime, the referee has asked me to remind you, Heat number 20 is equally as an important race. Please, once again, best of order for these riders. A lot hanging on Heat number 20. Please, quiet as possible whilst they're under starters' orders. Once the tapes go up, get behind them.
Seems elementary for Dave Hemsley here, doesn't it, really, Terry?
Yes, he just needs to wrap up the necessary points to secure the runners-up position, and I don't think he'll have too much trouble.
Oh, he's bumped
Maybe.
up on...
Yes, he was lumped onto the curb there, but he got away with that, and he's sailing into the sunset. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm on my way. Yes, a simple something of a procession now, the anticlimax. We've already got the champ, as we will know, and Davey's making sure that the runners-up spot is his for 1993.
Yeah, looks like he's going for the track record in the process.
He's certainly not letting up, is he?
No.
Like I said much earlier, he never knows when to stop. He's so full of energy, he just goes and goes, full of power. Magic.
Well, that secures the runners-up spots as we expected for Dave Hemsley. Second place, Danny Sandy.
And third, Ian Woodhouse.
Yeah.
And I think we finished up also with Martin Kent.
Which takes him up to 11 points. A third place for Ian Woodhouse from Poole puts him on 11. And a fourth place from Darren Kent from Peckham White puts him also on 11. For the presentations of the riders, for the riders of the British Senior Championship.
Who are you talking to there, Terry?
I'm talking to the Pitts Marshal, my old mate. His son used to ride. I can't remember his name.
He used to ride for Leicester, I presume.
His son used to ride for Leicester, yes. Jim.
Not Jim Pratt.
No.
No, because he's riding in the junior.
If when he hears this tape, he'll have to say, "You don't know my name, disgraceful."
Great pride in his work and executes his job as referee extremely well. So congratulations to Dave in successfully navigating his way through the British final for 1993. Thank you, Dave. To the top three riders, the rider that finished in third place with a score of 17 points. He's also British Under-21 champion this year. Welcome back, Tameside's Andrew Jackson. From young Andrew in this his very first senior final, all the way up into third place at a score of 17 points. Some excellent racing. I'm sure we're going to see an awful lot more of this young man. He's already stamped his authority on the junior and youth championship. Now it's his turn to carve a name for himself in this senior championship. Well, the man that finished in second place, I'm sure you'll have a very rousing reception for this gentleman. Ladies and gentlemen, from Leicester, Dave Hemsley. And Dave, the reigning champion, finishes number 2 in the list. It may be slightly disappointing for Dave, but nonetheless, very, very credit-worthy to step up to that number 2 as runner-up in 93 with a score of 18 points, just one short of that jersey. But the man, without any doubt, who will wear that jersey this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, your applause for Craig Harford, the 1993 British Cycle Speedway Riders Champion. What an excellent performance from Craig. A fine Cycle Speedway competitor. A very popular champion, I'm sure he will be. And he's posing for those photographs. And I understand that this will make a very perfect pre-wedding present, because I gather that that Craig gets married on the 11th of this month to Mandy. So congratulations to Craig and Mandy, the 11th of next month. Sorry, I've been away. So as Craig steps up, your appreciation for the 1, 2 and 3 in the 1993 British Riders' Championship, Craig Harford, Dave Hemsley and Andrew Jackson. And keep that applause going for the remaining riders as they leave the track. Top 16 riders in the country in 1993. please do stay, keep your places, because we've got a hot British Junior final still to come. We show our appreciation and our grateful thanks to Mr. George Cole this afternoon from the Leicester City Council Leisure Services Division in presenting the prizes as he leaves the circuit. And I think we're going to be able to get the top 3 to do a quick lap round on their bikes.
Craig's disappeared there.
Probably just about be able to balance that on his machine.
Yes, he's no doubt been called to see all his many admirers, and
Huge shield, isn't it?
absolutely amazing. I have never counted the amount of
The badges on it. Yeah.
badges on it, but there's an awful lot.
There's a few names on that one.
Oh, an awful lot of really worthy champions as well, every one of them. You have to have
And there they come then. Keep that applause going as they come.
have to have been a rider to fully appreciate what these guys have to go through. The
Yeah.
traumas, the emotions, the physical injuries.
That's right. In fact, Craig, I don't think was a junior champion, was he? Under 18.
No.
I don't recollect.
No, I don't recall Craig having won the under-18 championship.
So that is a marvellous achievement for him.
Unfortunately today, I say unfortunate, I mean I'm pleased to see they're available. There are a number of age groups to encourage younger riders, but a lad who starts at the age of 10 becomes an under 12 champion, then he goes to under 15 and under 18 and under 21. And by the time he's won that, you know, he's so used to winning things, sometimes to mix it with the big boy, it's a bit too much for him.
Yeah.